You can learn plenty from watching YouTube videos, particularly this channel, but you can learn even more by attending networking events. In this video, we're going to share with you some top tips for how you can get the most from attending networking events, exactly how attending networking events can supercharge your property events, and most importantly, which networking event is the best one to attend in the UK. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. We put out plenty of new content each and every week, and it will keep you informed of what's happening in property. I'm joined by Andrew Roberts. Good to see you, Andrew.
Hi, Ranjan, and really great to be here talking about networking because it's how we met.
Actually, you're right. It's how we met, and it's how I've met most of my contacts in property. I've been attending networking events and hosting networking events since about 2001, actually. I mean, a long, long time. So these guys are watching this on YouTube, on their phones, etc., and all of that. Why should they get off their screens and get down to a networking event? What's in it for them?
Well, it's great being a passenger in something and watching a movie, watching a YouTube video. But when you go to a networking event, you get to meet people who can be part of your core property team. So I've met solicitors, I've met builders, I've met investors, I've met business partners. All of these you can't meet on YouTube easily, but you can meet live face to face.
And property investing can be a lonely business. I mean, you will be in contact with your tenants, you'll be in contact with your contractors and key suppliers and that kind of stuff. But you learn so much from meeting people in your peer group. If you want to develop your skills and contacts and success in a particular game, you basically need to hang out with people that do it. Now, if I hung out every month with 300 people who were cobblers, I think I would know everything about shoes. I'd know everything about the laces, the leather, the heels, the this, that, and the soles. I'd know everything about there was to know about shoes, because cobbling would be my normality. It would be my peer group. It would start to become people I hang out with as friends socially, and I'd get to know the best of the best of how to be a cobbler.
I think you're talking cobblers. People need to get down to property networking events and learn about property there.
If you hang out with property people and they are your peer group, they're your normality and they're your friends, then it will up your game. Because if you want to get anything done in property, it's all about contacts. It's who you know as opposed to what you know, and you need to work on who you know.
You absolutely do. You need to build yourself a really strong network. And when you're doing business with people, we tend to do business with people we know, we like, and then we trust. And that is often how a lot of property people get to build their business. Now, it's been difficult during lockdown to get to know, like, and trust people over a Zoom meeting, because it's no different really to watching a YouTube video. But getting to a property event, you can meet people, you can discuss things. I always recommend, if you're going to a property networking event, try and find out people in your network. Go on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, find out who else is going. Message them, hit them up for a coffee. Go and have a coffee before you get to the meeting. Get there early. Get talking to people early. Don't be shy. Everybody in that room has got the same problem. We don't like talking to other people. We're a little bit shy as a species, but get outside your comfort zone. Go and talk to other people. And the biggest tip I can give you today is give before you take. So ask an open question of the person that you're talking to.
Now, we actually host the largest and most successful property investors networking event in the UK. 300 people come to the Baker Street Property Meet each and every month. It's usually a sellout event. We meet on the last Wednesday of each month, and make sure you book your ticket at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com. What we're going to share with you is some tips for getting the most out of your experience by coming to the Baker Street Property Meet. Now, I should just say, more than 80% of those 300 people that come each and every month attend on their own, meaning they're not coming with friends or anything like that they already know. They're coming on their own. And they feel comfortable to come on their own because it is a friendly, open, accepting environment, because everyone is connected by the fact that they do property, and everyone is there to network and meet other property investors.
And everybody is going with a purpose. It's a bit like you're going to a football match or a sports event. Everybody's going because they've got a common interest. So you know by entering that room, everybody there is into property. And you can start by meeting somebody and saying, hey, my name's Andrew, I'm into property, I own HMOs and I'm interested to get into commercial property as an example. Do you own HMOs or do you know anything about commercial property? And get them to talk about themselves and what they do. That way you start to build a relationship with that person.
Have as many conversations as you can with people that you meet at the event. And remember, 80% of success in any business is simply showing up, consistently and persistently. And that's what you need to do, because success in any business is about the contacts that you make. So show up and make those contacts at a networking event.
Now, an important thing when you make a connection with somebody is to make sure you swap details. Now, you can do that the traditional way with business cards. What I tend to see is happening with a lot of people is they're sitting there, they're taking a photograph of each other, and then they're tagging each other in on social media. So you're making the connection instantly on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever your social media platform is.
Or if you're young and trendy, you just exchange Snapchat details, isn't it?
Or we might even hit up a little TikTok video for you today. Not only are you swapping details, but make sure after the event you do a follow-up. It's really important to follow up with people, and I bet you if you asked 90% of people, they would say, I don't always follow up after the meeting with people I've just met.
That's true. People have got stack of business cards, with an elastic band wrapped around them, and they shove them on their mantelpiece at home, and that's where they stay. You'll get the maximum out of the event. Here's what you do. You come to the event and you need to meet as many people as possible. And then you get details from people that you want to have a further conversation with. Don't necessarily have those deep conversations at the event. Make as many contacts as you can and distill the ones that you want to have further conversations with. Then follow up and arrange for coffees with those people that you want to have further conversations with.
And I think it's important, if you looked at this like you're a bee or a butterfly and there's a whole field of flowers in front of you, you want to go and get a little bit of pollen from each flower. Therefore, you get to meet more people. Don't stick on one person for the whole evening. It might be comfortable, but you're only going away with one contact. The more contacts you build up in your business database, the better and stronger your business will be.
That's nice talk about bees and flowers, honey, but I want to also talk about how to use your ears and your mouth. Listen to people. Don't rabbit on about your own story and all of that. You only find out who are the contacts that you want to make if you actually listen to what people are actually saying.
I think that's a really important question. 2 ears, 1 mouth, using that proportion. And the important thing is, ask a question and listen. And then when you start to talk, follow up based on something that person has said. Don't just sort of ask a question and then go, right, I'm waiting for you to finish so I can get my bit in. I'm looking for money because I've got a deal. Can you help me? You haven't listened to them. It's a relationship. It's a bit like dating, but in a business sense.
And also connect with people. Not just, what do you do in property and all of that, but connect with people as people. A people-to-people connection is much more about transactional things that you might be doing. It's about how you relate as people. When you relate to people as people, those are the people that end up being your best business contacts who really drive your business forward.
And I would agree with that, because Ranjan and I, when we met, we got talking, and we actually found out our eldest children were the same age and our second children were the same age. We now go on holiday together. So by getting to know a person, you build a relationship. And it's really important. Business isn't just about the transaction, it's about the people around it. And property is a people business. There is an asset, a building, but it is a people business.
At the Baker Street Property Meet, Central London, last Wednesday of every month, there are 300 plus people. But also make sure you make the time to introduce yourselves to the hosts of the event, Andrew and myself. Tell us what you do, and perhaps we can help you with connections to help you take your business forward. And also look for opportunities to get involved. The Baker Street Property Meet is the largest property networking event in the UK. It can only happen thanks to our supportive crew of volunteers, our kind of inner circle who are people who are property investors who actually come a little bit early for the event and help with the organisation of it to make it the smooth and successful event that it is. If you want to get involved in that inner circle, then I'll leave a link in the description below for you to get involved with that and join our Baker Street crew.
Now, one of the things I do, and those who come to the Baker Street on a regular basis will know, people come up to me and they say, I've got a problem with, and I'm looking for some tax advice, I'm looking for a good mortgage broker, and what I will do is I will take the time and the effort, predominantly on the night or afterwards, to actually connect you with the person that can help you with your problem. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the only person in the room who can do that. Other people in the room can also do that for you as well, because everybody has a network of friends that can help. And it's important that you connect with as many people as you can. The more interconnections you have, the stronger your network is and the more robust it is. And the better it is at filtering out people who you don't want in your network, because people will very quickly say, oh, I'd give that person a wide berth.
And also, it's the role of a networking event to bring you bang up to date with the latest information from industry-leading experts to give you information you need to adapt to a rapidly changing property landscape to keep you on top of your investing game. When we have 300 people at the Baker Street Property Meet, that means we attract some of the best speakers in the business, the industry thought leaders in the property business who can help you, give you up-to-the-minute advice of how you need to adapt to survive and thrive in this rapidly changing marketplace. So join us at our next meeting, last Wednesday of every month, Central London. You can book your ticket for Baker Street Property Meet at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com. We're pretty much selling out each and every month. The way to make sure you guarantee your place at Baker Street Property Meet is to join us as a VIP member. Annual VIP membership is great value. It gets you a guaranteed place into all our meetings throughout the year. You get front row seating, you get priority in terms of asking questions at the Q&A sessions, and you also get recordings which are made of all the presentations and talks at each event, and access to the back catalogue of Baker Street Property Meet talks, which go back as far as 2016. So all of that is available for our annual members. Details we'll put in the link below as well. So that's it for this video. If you want to succeed in property, you've got to connect with people. And if you want to connect with people, there's no better place than the biggest, largest, #1 property networking event in the UK, the Baker Street Property Meet. See you there.
You live in the USA.
I do live in the
You're over
US.
here on business.
Yes, I am.
And you've made a special trip to come here to the Baker Street Property Meet.
The quality of people here is better than quite a lot of the other meets.
Come all the way from California, and it's one of the reasons why I'm here, to meet like-minded people, other investors, build my network, and continue learning and growing in the property industry.
I found it's quite informative, and I can meet a lot of amazing people, so I keep coming.
Great knowledge in a great environment with like-minded individuals.